You alright? Hello, good morning and welcome. My name's Lee Jones, and yeah, today I'm going to be doing, oh sorry, it's really cold out here today. Today I'm going to be doing probably around about 30-mile ride, unicycle. Sort of a bit of a mixture really, bit of on and off road. Might take on a bit, sort of a few sort of tough areas a bit later on. It's currently about 2 degrees and it's really foggy today. It's absolutely freezing, but I've only just started, so hopefully I'll warm up in a bit and this mist will clear. And yeah, so I'm on my 36, got a Night Fox. Using this one today. I've got 2 36s, and this was the one I sort of used for off-road, and it's got a V rubber tyre on it, which is a bit aggressive for gravelly roads. So yeah, so let's see how we get on. Hi guys, do a bit of filming now. I'm on a bit of tarmac, which is nice. Yes, today's ride, I hope you can hear with the wind. Today's ride's going to be to a place called Lid, and so it's going to be a bit of road, maybe a bit of sand track, which would be quite fun, and gravel track, and I might do a bit of off-roading towards the end, nothing hard. So yeah, see how we get on. Sorry guys, thank you. Pathetic attempt at moving. Oh, there you go. One night guys.
Oh, sorry.
That's right. Thank you. So it's about mile 5, just coming into Rye now. It's a nice little town, and then do a bit of back street and then get back on the rough stuff, I hope. So currently on mile 8, now on a sort of cycle route really to coming into a place called Camber Sands, and yeah, it's quite nice bit of asset really for us down here. Quite a few miles as well. Take me right into Lyd, and yeah, and then once I get to Lyd, I'm going to do a bit of cross-country sort of stuff. Nothing too aggressive, because obviously I'm on the 36, so, and it's December. It's December the 16th, something like that. And yeah, we got a lot of rain like a couple of weeks ago, so the ground's proper bogging, so I can't do anything too mad. But yeah, so I'll do a bit of exploring. There's a few bits I want to sort of explore to make a bit of better route, because this is normally an out and back, and I bloody hate out and backs. They're really boring. So I'm trying to get a bit of a loop going on it, so I can have at least some sort of return journey with some different scenery and a bit of a challenge really. So just keeps you motivated and keeps rides interesting and stops you from getting too bored. So I'm going to crack on to Camber and catch you in a bit. What are you doing? Really? So it's about mile 10, and just coming into Camber Sands, and yeah, might do a bit of a soundtrack that goes around the back. I did it on the 29er a few months back, and hopefully it might be hard enough and it might be able to give it a go on it. You never know. Let's give it a go. Well, got to get through the coastal part first, but see what happens. Hi. No, I'm going to be able to do this. Give it a go. No, I think well trodden here. No. Give it a go. So this is Camber Sands, and it's beautiful. It's we've got a lot of sort of shingle beaches around here, but this is one of the only sort of sandy beaches we got, and people flock here for miles. Come down here from London, and unfortunately a few years ago, I think it was about four Asian lads tragically got caught in a riptide, and yeah, and all drowned. And then bizarrely enough, and then about a week or two later, I think another two got caught and died. So they've actually got lifeguards on the beach now, which they never had before, which was crazy, because this place is a bit like Bondi Beach around here. It's proper packed. So yeah, rambling on. It's proper misty today. It's really cold, and it's quite dewy. It's sort of like a drizzly sort of heavy mist. But it's all right. It's not too cold now. It's warming up. But it's beautiful. It's very little wind. It's an easterly, so, and I'm heading east, so I've got it tailwind Charlie on the way home, which is good. So Right, a bit more sand to do, and then I'll be on what's a bit like a runway of a sort of a promenade, really. So, right, crack on. Come on, let's get going. Ooh. Whoa, what the hell? I'm on the wrong line. Right. Alright. Yeah. Oh god, you made it. Are you alright, Liv? Dropping. Just about. Check out this mad foam. It's everywhere. It's all around the lake. I think it's got something to do with bacteria or something, or algae, or something like that. Yeah, proper weird. Some big lumps back there, huge, great big things. Yeah, the sort of this is a lake. It's quite a big lake and all. It's all sort of gravel extractions. There's quite a few of them around here. It's because obviously it's just shingle everywhere. But yeah, wind's picking up a bit, but it's alright. Put up with that. Makes you a bit stronger, doesn't it? But I haven't got far now, and I'm into Lid, and then I'll be turning around and sort of heading on the way back. I'm currently at mile nearly 14, so should get into Lid for about mile 15. So yeah, a bit of sort of ducking and diving around. Should get 30 miles out today, which is should be all right. And yeah, I didn't really need to do it this week, a long one anyway, because I did a long one midweek. I try and sort of average around about sort of 50 miles a week, just for the saddle time. And yeah, so I got a 30 in, which takes a lot of effort really to do it, but it's when the weather's good, you just got to get it done. And I finish work at about sort of 6 o'clock really, and then just get in and get ready, and then just go out on a ride. There was no wind, so it was all sort of quite favourable. So just got out and done it. Sort of get back about 9 o'clock at night, but yeah. So normally when I do that means it gives me a sort of an easy weekend really. But I decided to do this one today as well. And it's coming up for Christmas, so I'm not going to be able to do much sort of riding. So yeah, so right, we've got to crack on, get to Lid, and then hopefully for a bit of off-road sort of bits and bobs, and a bit of exploring really. So it should be a bit of fun. A few spills maybe. Alright, catch you in a bit. You want to look under that, would you? Oh yeah. This is Lid. That's your army camp here. Spent some time here. When I was in the army, sort of mainly a training sort of area there. It's got like a little town and stuff in it. Used to be training for Ireland. And now it's all sort of Middle Eastern sort of stuff. So yeah, now it's coming to Lid. So I just got to go in the country a bit and start heading back. A different route, part of a different route anyway. Yeah, it's proper cold now. That wind sort of picked up, it's really freezing. And I'm wearing fingerless gloves because I'm doing the filming. But, oh well, I'm sure when I've got my back to the window, I'll warm up a bit. Right, see you in a bit. Hey. We'll see. That's the kind of house that the farmer lets you know he's doing all right. that's the most craziest farmhouse I've ever seen. But I guess if you owe all this, you're going to get some revenue, aren't you? Government revenue alone would be enough to live off. You wouldn't even have to do anything with it. Right. Abandoned farmhouse there or something by the looks of it. Do have a look. Have a look. Yeah, there's a house. An old bay window. Shane. The old fireplace still there. Whoa, jeez. That was a sparrow. Front door and vestibule. A cool place to live. Right, I'll find somewhere, have something to eat, I think. What are we on? Mile 19. Well, nearly 20. So it's good. So I'm gonna get something to eat in a minute, and I'll catch you there. Alright, so I've just stopped for something to eat. Couldn't find anywhere to find it. It's all flat as a pancake here, and there's nowhere to sit down at all. And the only things I've found are these, is like these concrete blocks, and yeah, and look, of all the places, it's right directly underneath a load of pylons. I'm sure I won't fry to death. Won't be here too long anyway. So yeah, just having something to eat. Got myself some Snickers. I always have Snickers. At least I have 2 in the bag. I just find them. They give me what I need. They've got a bit of sugar in them, and the nuts in there for a bit of slow release. And yeah, and Lucozade Sport. Yeah, I always say that. They're nice. They're just easy enough to slip into your bag, and yeah, and just give you a bit of a hit if you're feeling low. And but yeah, that's the trick with it really. Is, I mean, always take something to eat, and really what you should be doing is eat before you get hungry, and drink before you get thirsty, and yeah, and that way you can just keep on top of it. And because if you sort of get to the point where you bonk, I bonked or nearly bonked once, and it's not a nice feeling, and no matter what you eat really, you can't really get it back. So but yeah, I always sort of eat way before anyway, so the night before I'll carb load, and I'll make sure I'm pretty hydrated before I go to bed, and yeah, and that'll pretty much get you through any ride anyway. So yeah, it's nice out here today. It's cold, it's really cold, but it's December, so it's going to be, I suppose, isn't it? And but yeah, the Uni I'm riding today is a Nimbus Night Fox, and I got that. I got two 36s, and yeah, and I got this one just for sort of XC, for doing stuff like this really, sort of doing off-road rides, some of the longer ones, something that a 29er can't. Well, there's no need for a 29er really, but yeah, I got fitted on it a V-rubber tyre, which are really hard to get hold of, but I managed to get that imported from the US. And yeah, it's just got it's not overly aggressive, but it's just got a bit more grip, so when you sort of riding on sort of gear like this and gravel roads, it just gives you a bit of extra grip and a bit more confidence. And yeah, running 138 cranks on it, and yeah, and that's about it really. I mean, if you're just sort of getting off into starting into riding a 36, so don't get into all this crank size business. I ride mainly, don't get me wrong, I have done it, I've gone to 110s, but really 125s are plenty fast enough. And if you want to go faster, realistically you need to be looking at yourself, not really what you're putting on it. I mean, there's cyclists out there who'd like to have a better average whilst they're cycling, and they can't, and yet they've got all the gears exactly the same as everybody else. So the short crank will make you more efficient, but it won't particularly make you much faster. The only thing that will make you fast, I always say, the fastest crank that you've got is really the one that you're the most confident on. And so for this with XC, I always run 138s on it. I recently took them off because I was doing more sort of hard roads and stuff with it, but I just popped them back on today, just in case I got into anything rough. But you can, you know, and this is not a brag on what I can, you know, my speed, or I can go this amount of fast, but I can easily go 12 mile an hour over there on over a 30-mile ride on an average. So, but that's really me. It's my efficiencies, keeping myself sort of pretty much aerodynamic. I'm working on your cadence, and that's what it is. It is, at the end of the day, if you want to go fast, you've got to work on your cadence. There's no point slapping on a set of 110s or 100s, and yet you can't spin them in order to get that speed. So yeah, so that I wouldn't, you know, I wasted a lot of time messing around with crank sizes and a lot of time thinking about crank sizes, but realistically 125's really tops on a 36er. I can average, you know, on the 125s, I've averaged 20-mile rides at 14 miles an hour. You know, it's taken a lot of work. It took a lot of work to get there. I couldn't do it now. I've slowed myself down now, and I'm enjoying the rides. There's no point going hell for leather, and you know, even sort of 12, you know, 13 miles an hour on 110s is a hard workout. And it almost spoiled, you know, used to spoil my rides, you know, to get back. Oh, right, felt like I'd had a good workout, but yeah, there's just no need for it really. I quite happily put along now at sort of 11 miles an hour, and enjoy myself and feel relaxed. Well, fairly relaxed when I get back. So yeah. So anyway, rambling on. We're now on still mile 20. That place where that house was only up the road there. Yeah, and I got this. Yeah, the concrete road sort of peels off over to that side, but I need to go this way. So yeah, that's gonna be a bit of fun. And there's a house over there, so there must be something over there. So yeah, and then we'll do a bit of exploring. Right, I'm gonna finish my food and then crack on. So I'm back on the promenade again, and now heading back. I kind of got lost out there on the lakes, and I should have took a road to the right, but I couldn't find it, so I'll do it another day. It's quite cold, my fingers are freezing, so yeah. And there was a lot I was going to do on this video, but it's just really cold today. It's really a lot colder than I thought. It's supposed to be 7 to 9 degrees, but I think the wind chill's a bit lower than that, so I'm still going to hit my mileage. I'm at mile 24 now, so if I can get 30 in, I'll be chuffed with that. But I think it'd probably tittle over a bit more than that. Might even go 34. So yeah, we're gonna crack on. Got a bit of road to do in a bit. Should be interesting. And I'll catch you in a moment. So 32 miles from now, Rye Harbour. It's all nice and clear now. It's all foggy this morning, which is nice. It's actually warmed up a bit. It's not quite as cold, but it could be because I've got the wind behind me now. So I'm going to cut across, do a bit off-road, and then probably in about a mile I'm back at the van. This will be nice. So I'll catch you in a bit. Nearly done. So I'm near the end. My van's just at the end of that. So 36 miles. Who would have known? Don't think it was going to be quite as far as that, but yeah, no, it's a good ride. Felt nice and comfortable. Feel fine, and yeah, 36 miles on the bank. So didn't do quite what I wanted to do today, but that's the way it goes. It was really foggy and it was quite cold, a lot colder than what they said it was going to be. So I'll just do that for another day. So yeah, so I'm going to do more of these sort of videos. Some of them sort of quite long rides. I want to get my 100k by the beginning of next year. So I'll probably do a video on that. And yeah, so like if you like the video, subscribe if you want to see more. That'd be great. And it'd be awesome to know what you got planned, what your sort of training regimes are, and what kind of mileage you try and do in the week. I'd be really interested to know. And yeah, so I hope to see you on the next video. Thanks for watching.